But if you think about confidence, I want you to think about this, right? A lot of times, I just had this talk with one of our new consultants today. A lot of times we don't have confidence when we don't know how to do something, right? Or when we've never done it, right? Or when you get a new app on your phone, or when your phone updates and you have no idea how to use it, right? Or when we say, hey, go get boards. All of our wording is in boards, and you're like, right? You're not very confident because you've never done it, right? Do you agree that when you're not confident, it's typically because it's something you've never done? The more you do it, the better you get. Perfect example, I just tried the surprise cake pan. Terrifies the crap out of me, okay? Because I'm not a baker. Now, if I were to bake every single week, I'd probably get a lot better and I'd probably get a lot more confident, but I just don't, okay? So I want to talk to you guys today about 6 steps that you can do to become more confident. Could anybody use that? Could anybody use a little bit more confidence? And I wish I had, you know, an old speech of Lori Bedwell and an old speech of Alicia Welsh tonight. And I should have played that like after, so you guys could see, even in just a year, how much their confidence has grown, or in 3 years, right? If I go dig out something that Alicia shared 3 years ago, or Lori Bedwell shared 5 years ago, I'd be like, is that the same person, right? But you grow with confidence, okay? You grow by doing more of the things that you need to do. So, okay, building confidence. Number 1, okay? Number 1 is you need to find an environment, a team, a group of people that are going to push you to get outside of your comfort zone so you can learn the things you need to learn so you can become more confident. So for example, maybe there's a group like this and you get asked to publicly share your story and you're so not confident, right? But maybe you do it once and then maybe you come to a power hour and you start talking to some other people and you realize they don't bite. And then you maybe go to a booking hour and you realize, okay, those people aren't too bad, right? So you're putting yourself purposely in front of people that are going to push you to do the things that you're not confident in. The more you, for example, publicly train on Zoom. So maybe one time it's a little bit of your story. Maybe the next time you're going to share your top sales tips. Maybe the next time you're going to share your top recruiting tips or how you had the successful virtual party. The more you share on Zoom calls or in person, the more confident you get, right? So number 1, find an environment of people that push you outside of that comfort zone. Comment 1 if you agree with number 1. Okay, number 2, I want you to start learning, okay? We need to learn in order to become more confident. So maybe we need to just put ourselves out there and we need to put ourselves in like embarrassing situations so we learn how to deal with it, okay? So maybe you go Facebook Live. How many of you put a 1 in the chat? No, we already had a 1. Put a 2 in the chat if you've ever done something embarrassing on Facebook Live. Right? And you had to deal with it, right? Like, I know, like I've choked on things before. I've literally cut myself on live, tried to like hide it behind the camera, talk about other stuff. And I figured out a way to not look like an idiot, okay? But I could have even been like, oops, I caught myself, right? You learn to deal with it. Maybe you did a Facebook party, right? And it's your first Facebook party, or your first, let's talk about table, learning table. You guys know how much I love table, right? But that's uncomfortable. So maybe you put yourself out and you say, okay, I'm going to try a table party. And the way you thought it was going to post is not going to post, right? It's a kind of embarrassing situation, but you're going to get better at it by figuring out, right? Or maybe you come on a Zoom, or how many times have we had technical glitches or something's not working and you see your leaders just dealing with it and figuring it out. So putting yourself in embarrassing situations and then learning how to deal with them and figure it out is going to build your confidence, okay? Because you learn to deal with it and you say, you know what? I can deal with that. I will be fine. I will survive, right? And those scenarios build your confidence. So learn to put yourself out there in scenarios that maybe you embarrass yourself, maybe you mess up, but that's how you learn. Okay. So call the product by the wrong name. Oh yeah, all those things, right? So all those things happen. So if you've yet not tried a Facebook Live, maybe that's something you might want to try. Or if you've yet not tried table party, maybe you try that, right? Okay. Number 3. I love all the chat. I'm trying to not get distracted. All right. Number 3, I want you to find someone that believes more in you than you believe in yourself. I want you to find someone that believes more in you than you believe in yourself. A lot of times that's your recruiter. A lot of times that's your director, your executives, your nationals. And then I want you to do things that get you more in front of them. I want you to spend more time with those people that believe in you, more time with those people that bring value to you, okay? But also find a way to bring value to those people that believe in you. So they want to spend more time with you, right? It's like a relationship. And for me, if I think about my story, right, many of you guys know that, but for me, that was Donna Landy. I was very not confident, okay? But I did the things she kind of wanted me to do, although I didn't always feel like it, but I gained her trust. I gained her belief, right? Because I was matching her effort. And now we're called the Power Wives, okay? So find those people. So if I had to ask you today, who is someone in your life, and it doesn't even have to be Pampered Chef, that believes in you more than sometimes you believe in yourself? You're like, oh, I don't know. Can I really do that? Can I really fast track? Can I really promote? Can I really be successful at this? Right? So find those people and then work on spending more time with them. So comment number 3, if you agree with that. Number 4, I want you to make a chicken list. What is a chicken list? Some of you might have heard about this before. Some of you may have not. A chicken list, this is specifically for new consultants too. And some of us have a chicken list still. A chicken list are people that you're too chicken to ask because they look like they're already successful. They got life figured out. They already look like they're making quite a bit of money. Maybe they're like higher up somewhere in a company. But what if they joined? You truly believe that that would be a game changer for them and for you. And just because you see people's life on social media doesn't always mean they're happy, right? So if you think about Alicia, right? She's making the money she wants to make. She's making more than she was making last year at a full-time job, but that doesn't mean she's happy. Maybe somebody is climbing up the corporate world, but loves to cook and is just really authentically good at it. And that's their outlet at night, to cook for people and, you know, post some videos and have some fun, or maybe cooking with the kids, right? Money isn't everything. So make your chicken list and then attack it and just try it. What are they going to say? No? We're used to no's anyways. So doesn't matter who they come from, right? And then what Lori Beth will say, have those authentic conversations, especially with those people. If they're on your chicken list, there's a reason. So who's up for making their chicken list? Comment number 4. You will be surprised. Number 5, in order to build your confidence, this is a hard one, okay? This took me quite a little bit of time to really become confident in it. And that is stand up for yourself, okay? Stand up for what you believe is right. Stand up to the naysayers in your life. Stand up to the anti-MLM haters or whatever they're called these days that are out there, right? The reason people are anti-MLM is because either they've done something like this before and they didn't succeed, or they bought inventory and whatever, had the garage full of leggings. I don't know. We don't have to do that, right? Or they know someone that knows someone that had a bad experience. That's it. Okay. So stand up for yourself. And I want you to kick their butts by taking action. If you're taking action, if you're building a successful business, your action is going to influence these people in a big time. Not in a direct way, but it's just going to make you feel good. And build that support system to help you, especially if your naysayers are kind of like really close in your household. That does happen at the beginning sometimes too. Family, I see a lot of nodding, right? Family, friends, questioning what the heck you're doing, right? And a lot of times when people say that, it's because it's something they wouldn't do. It's different, right? So it's almost like, I don't know if many of you guys ever left your hometown or left your, city you were born in, and people were questioning your move. Like, why are you moving there? It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. I don't know. It's going to cost more. It's going to, so people question things when it's different, when it's something they wouldn't do, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. Right? It's a good parenting tip too. But don't spend time with people who are literally chipping away at your self-esteem. And if you have to spend time with them, then maybe just agree to disagree on that topic and just let's not talk about it. I'm going to do it. You don't like it. And that's it. End of story, right? Because the world is not served by you playing small. We've been saying this all year long, right? It's time to stop playing small. And if other people are making you feel uncomfortable when you're around them, you need to distance yourself from them. That's how you build your confidence. You just distance yourself, not forever. It doesn't have to be forever. You distance yourself until you're strong enough to influence them, until your actions speak volume and you can influence them. And some of those negative things can also include gossiping, okay? Could be news or negative news. I don't know. I don't watch the news because everything is bad. Everything's bad. I mean, even if you watch TikTok and you're on health TikTok, everything's bad. Candy chicken, candy carrots, nothing, everything's bad, okay? So negative news, negative people, negative talk, mean talk, rumor, social media, chitty chatty, negative, blah, 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 blah. It's not good for any of us. Because if this is your push year, how many of you guys, this is your push year, this is your time to stop playing small, then you need to focus. You don't have time for that. You don't have time for negativity chipping away at you a little bit at a time. So let go of what other people think of you and just know that whatever you're doing, you stand up for that because you believe that that's the best for you and your family. So if you're going to stand up a little bit more for yourself, comment 5 in the chat. I know it's a hard one. It's a hard one, but I promise you, the more confident you become overall, the more actions you take, the more success you feel in this business, the more confident you become, the more success you feel, the more confident you become, the more success you feel. Okay. It literally spirals out of control. Alicia now knows she was number 2 recruiter. Now she knows she can be number 1. If you recruit 1, you know you can recruit 2. If you can sell $1,000, you know you can sell 2,000. It's the same thing. And then you know how to beat your best. Yes, I'm giving you permission to stand up for yourself. And last one, number 6, for now, not always, but become a world-class follower until you figure this business out. There are systems in place. There's people that have walked in your shoes. Become a world-class follower until you've done hundreds of parties, until you've built a team, until you really feel confident in the things that you're doing. All right. So even, especially new consultants, right? Sometimes they're like, I don't know if I should do that. Does that make sense? Is that right? Right? Just follow your leaders, okay? They got there for a reason. You got your first team member now, you know, right? So I want you to take a screenshot of this, okay? That I can't do it. I can do it. It's literally, if you say you can, you're right. And if you say you can't, you're right. It's literally just you. So I'm challenging you guys to build your confidence a little bit at a time. The more confident you become, the better you're going to feel about yourself, the better you're going to feel about your business, and the stronger you're going to become. Maybe physically for some of you, but definitely mentally. So out of those 6 tips, which one spoke to you the most? Anybody brave enough to share? Unmute and